Now, when did you first get into wrestling?
I was sitting at home in the early 70s, I would say 1972, and I'm on the UHF dial, which no longer exists. I'm sure Lanny remembers. And I'm flipping the channels, the 10 or 12 channels that actually were on there, and I see this Indian getting pounded by this much larger guy, and it turns out it was wrestling, and it was Lanny's quote unquote favorite, Chief J Strongbow, getting pounded by this. I don't even remember who it was, and I'm a kid, and I'm watching this, and I literally don't know what it is. And then I'm like, wow, he starts doing this like herky-jerky war dance, and next thing you know, he's pinning the far bigger guy, and then there's all these promos. Back then, it was like all squash matches. It was very different from Raw and SmackDown today, where all the stars are wrestling. But I was just fascinated, and in my head, it was the equivalent of Marvel or DC superheroes and supervillains, and I started watching religiously, and then I discovered the LA territory on TV with John Tolis and the Hollywood Blondes and Gordman and Goliath and Oliver Humperdinck and, just these amazing Blassie, of course. And then I discovered the Florida territory on New York TV with Gordon Soley making every match sound like the Super Bowl and the World Series rolled into one. And you had the Briscoes and the Funks and some of the greatest wrestlers, the Assassins. I mean, just unbelievable talent in Florida. And, I was just obsessed at that point as a kid. And finally, my father, who was a cab driver who never broke 25 grand, he took me to Madison Square Garden, and it was the Valiant Brothers against Dean Ho and Tony Gurria, and it was with Lou Albano, no less, and it was Blassie and Nikolai against Bruno and Strongbow in the main event. It was June 24, 1974. I even remember the date, and it was just like, it's just a lifelong passion, which, has changed over the years, but that's how I started watching.
Oh, yeah!